Kate Milifalcha. Welcome to Irish Granny Helen. It's a little unusual for me to be recording this late in the day, and I've been working, and so, what you sees is what you gets. I have been begged to read on Taylor Swift. I actually did, probably when those two first started dating. And I barely know more about them now than I did then. She's a singer. He's a football player. That's pretty much all I know. And I don't recall 100% of what my cards were when I did it the first time. But I do recall I said they wouldn't last. And I think I said, even if they get married, which they might, it won't last, that he cannot be trusted. Okay, now I've committed, and I know it's going to make a lot of people angry, and I apologize. That's just what I got last time. Let's read cards. Maybe things have changed. Maybe they've matured. People do change and grow. Trying to be fair. Okay. At the heart of this reading, and my question in my mind was this relationship, whatever I can learn about it. So predicting perhaps how it will unfold and understanding what it's about, although, it's none of our beeswax, but still, we're all curious, right? So at the heart of this, I get the Wheel of Fortune reversed. Bad luck. But I believe bad luck based on karma and bad luck for another reason, crossed by the Hermit. I think what this is saying is there's not enough self-knowledge in this relationship to keep it together long term. Not saying which one. I'm just saying that a relationship to last, you promise to be together forever, and it's difficult. It requires both people to be introspective enough to know themselves. And I don't believe that that's true here. And in the atmosphere, I get the Five of Cups, and that's walking away disappointed, being unhappy. At the foundation, I get Strength reversed. There's an inherent weakness in the relationship. Now, here's the interesting part. In the recent past, Justice. I believe that this is an important relationship for both of them. I think it's got to be very difficult to be a well-known person, a personality, and to be a woman with the kind of financial independence that she has is a challenge in almost every society. It's just the way things are. It's not right, but that's our reality. And this is a young woman who has great depths of emotion. She feels strongly. And I think she's been treated badly. I mean, I'm not living in a vacuum. I have heard she writes a lot of sad songs about broken relationships. But that's really true. It's not just fodder for her music career. Her personal anguish, her personal angst and suffering, her pain, her relationship pain is expressed in her art. And it speaks to a lot of people, I think. This particular relationship will not provide her with that level of introspection. It's all hearts and flowers now, attractive people, kind of on a par. I don't know how. I know that she has a lot of money, and I'm making the assumption that he must too, because he's, one of those football players who get paid entirely too much to play a game, but that's another set of cards. They would be matched equally as far as socioeconomic balance, I think, of the Temperance card. And this is justice for her in a way. She is feeling very loved. But you notice I talk a lot about her. I don't get that sense of deep emotion from him. I think he thinks she's hot. And I think he's in love with the notion of a long-term relationship. I don't think he's not deceiving her. He's deceiving himself. And there's not a strong foundation in this relationship. It's based on socioeconomic suitability and the quest they both have. And I think, the Hermit may very well, I might have misspoken. It's not the Hierophant, it's the Hermit. But I interpret it as the Hermit. The Hermit may very well kind of indicate that. They're both looking for something. I'm not sure that long term that's going to be fulfilled by this relationship. In the near future, the Ten of Wands, I think they're going to be up against the Ten of Wands. These are such pretty cards. They're going to be up against challenges that in the first flush of love, all those hormones stirring around, you tend not to notice. The Tower. And this is why. I don't think this will be a long-term successful relationship. Now, they may get married. I'm not saying that they'll fall apart in their engagement. It's possible. But they may get married. But long-term, I don't think it has the stick-to-itiveness. And it's because of the Six of Pentacles. One person is going to be giving more than the other. I think they're suited, as I said, kind of on a socioeconomic level, but they're not suited on an emotional level. They are suited in what they think they want. But one of them is more evolved emotionally than the other, and maybe a little more grown psychologically than the other. The King of Cups, I think this is the fear. I think the fear is that he will not be mature enough. And it's not about age. It's about emotional maturity. It's interesting. Let me go back a second and say that at the heart of this, I kept calling this card that crossed the heart, the center of the reading. I kept calling it the Hierophant. And I know it's the Hermit, and I interpret it as the Hermit. But the outcome is the Hierophant. So I think that was calling to me somehow. Crossed by the Page of Wands. And I think it's significant if you look at this picture here. I think this is talking about an outcome where there will not be ultimately a shared emotional maturity long term. I could see somebody becoming more introspective, more spiritually inclined, and the other person likely to be impulsive in action. I'll leave it to you to figure out what I'm implying. But I think that one half of this relationship is likely to stray at some point. And it's because of seeking and not understanding what it is the person is seeking, not understanding what it is it's lacking. And so looking in the wrong place, looking for love in all the wrong places. I'm doing a few more cards as clarifiers, the voice of the angels. Death, ultimately. There will be a paradigm shift. There'll come a moment when one person is more evolved spiritually, psychologically, emotionally than the other one. And all the money in the world and all the equal notoriety in the world can't fill that emotional void. And I get the Magician reversed, which is about not being able to make something happen, try as you might. It's some things cannot be willed into happening if you're not ready. And we get the reverse Knight of Wands, which I think is talking about the potential for action being taken that is detrimental. It shouldn't be. Like the need to not act, the need to look before you leap. So, okay, I've recorded this. I'm thinking no one's going to like it. People are not going to be happy to see this. I have no dog in this fight. I don't care one way or the other. I think they're both good people. I think one of them is less emotionally mature. I think they're in the first flush of love, and I think it's genuine. I do think they love each other. But you need more than that for a long-term, lasting relationship. And that's why people stray. They don't have that resiliency, that stick-to-itiveness. Okay, I am going to debate putting this up or not. We'll see. If you're watching this, you'll know what decision I've made. Thank you for watching, and I'm sorry it's not better news for those of you who are fans. On the other hand, it's got to be difficult to be well known and to be playing out your karmic challenges in life on center stage. I feel badly for that. So I wish them well. People change. They may grow and it may be fine. This is the energy in the moment. Thank you for watching. Slán go fóill. Slán.